Friends.
Okay, so we have the recording capabilities put on there, so we're going to start this presentation. So today is November 19th, and what we're going to do is myself and Claude, I think for this presentation, I'll probably be mostly going through the content of it. We are going to do as much of this information as possible in the next hour, and what we're going to do is we are going to assume that you are a first-time person that's never even seen QuickBooks Online. The idea that me and Claude had and our team came up with is what we're going to do is we'll probably do a weekly or bi-weekly presentation. What I'm going to do is ask for feedback after this presentation on specific questions, and then what we'll do from there is we'll build up content and videos for those specific questions so we can get down. So we're going to start everybody off at a general point. And this is the first time that they looked at QuickBooks Online. I also email out this Word document that'll have all the links to the different pages that I go through and the videos that go through more detail that I've already produced or my team's already produced in regard to the specific functionality. First, I want to get started on talking about the QuickBooks Online Accountant Edition and what it is. It's a tool basically used, it's cloud-based for managing any clients that you have that are interested in also going to the cloud with their QuickBooks Online program. So there's a differentiation in terminology. We call for the acronym, because we love our acronyms here at Intuit, is QBOA. That stands for QuickBooks Online Accountant. So that's the tool that you will use to manage your clients. And then we also have QBO, which is QuickBooks Online. And when that three-letter acronym is used, it's assumed that we're talking about your client's file. To start off is basic. So there's this Intuit ProAdvisor.intuit.ca website. Basically, it has a multitude of information for accountants and bookkeepers. It has information on our profile program, which is our tax software, and we won't talk about it. And then our QuickBooks Online and QuickBooks Desktop programs. So the first thing there, if you brand new starting off and you want to create a QuickBooks Online Accountant account and never done so, you could go to this website, and I'll have that in the link. Click on QuickBooks Online Accountant, and it'll do a sign-up page, which I already have. You know that I'm running this software at the same time I'm doing this presentation there. My internet at home's really fast, but what goes there? Oh, sorry, QuickBooks Online.
Type in office@intuit.com. It always works.
Or I'll do this there. I'll just open up that video on the link that I already have there. That's a great way of doing live presentations there is that been in. So we're at Claude there, office.intuit.com.
Yes, .intuit.com or ca.qbo.intuit.com. Either option works.
So thank you for that, Claude. So basically the sign-in page is pretty straightforward. What you're going to do is you're going to go into business location. We're going to pick the country of Canada that we live in. For name, what we're going to do is we're going to call this ABC Bookkeeping Province. I live in the wonderful and glorious province of Alberta. Now I'm going to use a fake email address here, so I'm going to call it abcbookkeeping@mail.com. Now a little tip for the people on the phone: if you ever solicited by services, you're at the football game or something like that, and people want your email, a great way to give them an email that is not actually a real email, so you don't get spammed or sign up for trials of things, is this @mailinator.com link there. And I can quickly talk about that in a second. It's a service that will set up email accounts for you, and basically any emails that are sent to it you can check up on if you really wanted to. Basically, it's just a quick way to get going. So we'll use my name, Jeremy, and my last name is going to be Awesome. I'll create a password, so I'm going to call it Intuit01. And oh, I got to. Code. It is the phone number for West Edmonton Mall, the location. About QuickBooks Online Accountants, for all accountants and bookkeepers, this program is of no charge. We do not charge accountants and bookkeepers for this program. Actually, the majority of the services that Intuit provides through the accountant division are free to accountants and bookkeepers to take advantage of, such as services that myself and Claude Powell provide for the province of Alberta. A few moments for the account to be created. Do you have any questions to this point yet?
It's Rob.
Yeah. Hi, Rob.
As a follow-up to the conversation I was having with you and Claude on Thursday with regards to my account, I forwarded Claude and Lonnie the email that I got for the receipt for QuickBooks Online Accountant version for my bucks a month that I'm paying still for my file.
Okay, we take that question offline there because we're recording this video for use for people, and you probably don't want your personal information or conversation on this recording. Is that cool? Okay. So, first things first, I'm into my account. So ABC Bookkeeping is my new business that I started up. What I want to do is do a quick little tour of this program to show you basically around. So the first things first is I want to let you know that as my business at ABC Bookkeeping, I actually have 4 or 5 staff working for me. So I'm not a new company, I'm just happen to be new to QuickBooks Online Accountant. So what I want to do is the first field I want to show you is this team field right here. So I'm going to click on this. And what I want to do is you can see that I'm a team of 1 at this moment. I can add additional users to my company as well too. So I click on Add Users. Now I have a lady by the name of Mary Fleming that is currently working with me in my staff there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in Mary Fleming, Millinator, and she is my technician. Next. Now, when you come to this screen there, setting up, you can see that there's 3 steps of setting up a within your business. You have a couple different choices, and I just want to go quickly over the top 2. So a full access basically means this. When I signed up for a QuickBooks Online Accountants Edition account, Intuit also provides me a free QuickBooks Online Plus account for me to use at no charge for my business. So it's a $0 account, and I can upload my books there and actually manage my own business in the QuickBooks Online for free. When I add in company users to give them access as members of my firm and my team, if I pick full access, they have access to my client list that I've assigned them, plus my books as well too, my personal books. If I select basic access, they will have access to the people that I assign to them, so the clients that I assign to them, but will not have access to my books. So that's basically the difference. And then custom is a couple of different variations onto what they can and can't see as well. So most of the time, you're probably going to set up people as basic unless they're a partner in your company. And then you click Next. Now I have no clients in my history right now here because I'm a brand new company. I haven't set up anybody up yet. So I'm just going to hit Save. Take about 10-15 seconds there to create this account. Now, what's on the back end for Mary Fleming is Mary's going to receive an email from Intuit. And what I'm just going to do is I'm just going to show you that email once I get here. Here in the status, so I'm just going to close out of there, that she's been invited, but she's not active, so she hasn't accepted the invitation. So if I click, go to Mail here, in this case, that if I Mary Fleming and receive my email proper, I received an email from Intuit saying, subject, Jeremy Awesome has invited you to use QuickBooks Accountant. And what I do is I accept the invitation. User ID, which usually is my email address. Choose a password, so I'm going to just say Mary Flem and one question mark, and then I just got to do the proper spelling. Creator. And what will happen is Mary Fleming will now have a username and password. So when she goes to QuickBooks to sign into a company file, she will also have access to a QuickBooks Online account. And I just want this account out because I have access to it right now. So going back to my QuickBooks Online, and if I hit the refresh button here, you see now that she shows up as an active for my team. And that's basically how easy it is to set up team members. There is no limit to the amount of team members you can set up. So if you have 20 people on staff, you can set them all up there. The importance of this functionality there in regards to setting up team members comes later on within the program when you're actually working in client files. There's a functionality in the program under the company gear here called Audit Log. It will actually give you understanding of who logs into account, when they log in, any changes that they do. So you can see here so far that I have my account, I've logged in, I've added Mary as Fleming as a user, sent her an email, she accepted, and I've logged back into the account. If there's any changes to an account, it would specifically tie to that person, and you can have a conversation and coaching around that if there are any issues. This functionality, if you ever want to get back to the main screen in QuickBooks Online Accountant, you just click on the Accountant tab, and that'll get back to the main page. So you've added your team members. Now what you want to do is you want to start adding clients. As you can see here in the new edition, I don't have any clients. So the Gen 3, this is this green bar right here. This is the third generation of QuickBooks Online Canada. Great functionality is the ability to add your clients. So I'm going to create a client account. So add a client button here just to show you again. Right up here, add a client. And I'm going to make a client by the name of Claude. And we're going to call Claude Claus, kind of like Christmas. And display name. Now I can fill out all this other information for my client, but it doesn't require me to do so, just the name and the display name. I hit next. Now on this screen here, and once again, it's a three-step process. First things first, we're in Canada. The region that you see right here is the, basically is going to create a Canadian version of QuickBooks Online. So it's localized for Canada. In the future, you'll be able to toggle and add America, the UK, Australia, and all the other countries that we have localized products for. I don't know when that will happen, but it will eventually happen. That's why this toggles here. Now what you can do is you can choose what version of QuickBooks Online that you want to purchase for your client. If you do need to see a comparison, you can click on this compare product. There's actually a better chart available with the program that I'll talk about in a little bit, so I'll go through it then. But we see here when I click on a company file, I say, okay, I want QuickBooks Online Essentials. So client has accounts payable needs, but no inventory needs and has less than 3 users. I'd pick the program. Another thing here is the regular people on the street there pay $19 per month as a regular price for a QuickBooks Online Essentials program. All accountants and bookkeepers through the QBOA program are entitled to get a 50% discount off for their clients. Now, there's two different variations of this discount. So this is the first one. You'll see that it says 50% off for the first year. Now, this is if your client chooses to pay. So when I create this account, they, instead of paying $19 a month, will get it for $19.50 a month. And if you look at our website, generally the price range for discount is $9. That's what I said, right?
Nice.
Okay. Sorry, my Newfie accent there. $9.50, just to be clear. Threw me off there. $9.50. Okay, anyway, so they get that for the first year, and then after that they go back to the regular price. The discount on our website generally ranges anywhere from 20 to 40% off. So you're getting them a deal pretty much every day that you set them up instead of having them set themselves up. Now, what happens though is when you set up this way, it goes into a trial mode for a month, and then at the end of the month it asks for a credit card, and they type in their credit card, and that's why it says my client will pay. You have an option as a firm to say my firm will pay. Now, this is the difference right here, is that you will actually pay for the subscription for your client, but you get a 50% discount for the life of the subscription. So as long as that product is open and you're paying for it, you will always get that $9.50 price point instead of at the end of the year going to a regular price point. It adds real value to your clients because it's a significant discount for a long period of time. It also adds stickiness there. When you have control of the file and paying for it, your clients are probably less likely to leave you as well too. Now, if a situation occurs where you do have a client that you part ways with for whatever reason, it is quite easy to remove them. Point out this little word right here called wholesale. A huge improvement in this Gen 3 program versus our Gen 1 and Gen 2, not only the ability to be able to create an account yourself instead of calling a sales rep to do so, is the fact that if you had 100 clients on QuickBooks Online and manage those subscriptions, previously you would have to have 100 credit card charges to your account. And I have many clients that were on the old system and had to go through that. The problem is sometimes the credit card companies would freeze the accounts and you'd have to go back in and reactivate each one. Wholesale billing is 100 accounts at one bill per month there, so it'd be 100 times $9.50 in this example, so $950 a month, but you're billed once a month as opposed to several over times throughout 30 days. So I'll go with wholesale. Actually, I'm going to go with my client pay in this scenario. I'm going to be I'm going to make my client the master administrator. So the client's name is Claude at Millinator.com. And I'm just going to recapture that, copy and paste it, and I'm going to hit next. Now the cool thing is I actually have two people on my team here, so I'm obviously going to have my account because I'm the owner of the account there to this person, but also what I'm going to do, say Mary Flamin's going to work on my client's account too. And if you had a team of 20 people and you needed all 20 people to work on that account, you can attach all 20 people to it. Other good news is that if somebody was doing some work on it, maybe went off on disability, maternity leave, or was just sick, or a couple of days or extended period of time, you could quite easily reassign your clients to other people on your team to work with them in the files there. And I'll just, when this file is created, which usually takes about 20 seconds, I'll quickly show you that. Do we have any questions on the phone there while this is processing?
Good so far, Jeremy. Doing good.
Appreciate it. Perfect. I see that.
Before you continue, Jeremy.
Go for it.
Do you remove where it says Welcome to QuickBooks Accountant? That's like a pop-up. Do you want to remove that, or you're going to be using that?
If I read
QuickBooks, that with yeah.
There. I've never removed it before, so it didn't really bother me. So I just want to go back to the team part for a second here and show you that under Mary Fleming, you can see that under Client Access, she's attached to Claude Clause. Now, for example, if Mary was to leave my company, I could easily just delete her out of here or remove her or reassign her to accounts as well too. And it's basically controls for this part. If I wanted to get rid of Mary, I could click on here. I can go on to for administrative books, there actually should be a delete part there. I'll have to look there. There's a delete button somewhere. You can remove them right from your file there. Or probably right here. No, that's okay. I'm playing around with that just for the sake of time. You can add them into your accounts quite easily, and there is a way to remove them. I just can't remember where it is. ProAdvisor button. Okay, so this is the next button here, and this is an important area when it comes to it. So starting out is any new ProAdvisor into a new program, there's always going to be a learning curve. Now, the QuickBooks Online program, I will oftentimes ask clients what's your comfort level on our desktop program. If they're usually, on a scale of 1 to 10, and if they are within, a 7 to 10 for desktop, I usually tell people that familiarizing yourself with the QuickBooks Online program will probably take, a couple clients and a few hours there of just playing around with the program. As is a brand new account, you can see when I click on the ProAdvisor button that there's 3 different tiers of clientele, and there's tiered benefits that we offer now to our clients. So starting out, first day, 1 client, I'm a silver individual. If I go to 5, I'm a gold, and if I'm 20 or more, I'm a diamond individual. I'm not going to talk about these 2 specifically, but I'm going to talk about the difference in the benefits of going to diamond. So the huge benefit to going to diamond, which I obviously don't have in this account here, it comes down to support. We are in the process of building out our system and testing it, that anybody that has diamond status, when they call into our support phone number, which now by clicking on the tab, they will get priority support. And what that means is if there is 100 people in the queue and 99 of them were gold or silver, if a diamond person comes in through the magic of technology, it'll recognize and it'll feed that person through to an agent sooner than the people that are on the line. So that's one huge benefit. We also have the availability of live chat now available with our QuickBooks Online. All the support is Canadian support here, and then the support team's located in Mississauga and another place in Ontario. I can't remember off the top of my head. One of the huge other advantages, which doesn't open up here in the diamond, is there's going to be a box right here that will allow you to schedule a call back. So you'll be able to go in there, some of the services and areas that you would like to talk about. You're able to type a note in there, pick a time, and have an agent call you back at that specific time. And we will try to align you, such as if it's a payroll concern, we will align you with the best payroll support agents as well too, and call you back on your time worked in with schedule. So a huge improvement within the program. This whole ProAdvisor Portal actually is a great improvement for the simple fact that there was a scatter of information all over the place that people found it difficult, and oftentimes I would have to field calls on simple things like what's the support phone number. So now it's located right in here. We recommend to everybody that you get certified and trained on the program. We have kinds of great resources, and you'll see as of a couple days ago, we have an instant level certification. So you'll see here that there's actually QuickBooks Online certification. So it's been out for about 2 years. It's available by either in-person class, available by webinar, or taking self-study modules. You do get CPD credits for this, and you can take an exam, and if you pass the exam, I believe with a 70% or higher mark, you become certified. The next sessions are these QuickBooks Online Advanced Certification. They take a deeper dive into things like inventory and their functionalities into it. You do have to complete the first certification to get into the second certification. And as you see that I haven't taken the first one under this account, they won't allow me to take the second one. Certification ties into the profile and another part of the diamond status as well too. So if you go into my profile, we have a website set up for accountants and listings across Canada. And what you can do is you can click on Update My Profile, fill out the information quite quickly. It takes about 2 to 5 minutes on your business. And if you're certified, we'll list your certifications on this thing. What we do for the certification list, and think of it kind of like Google. If you're Diamond and you're also certified, and both in basic and in advanced, we are going to give you a better list and on-site because you are more attractive to small business clients. The importance of this listing is free. And the second part after that is we have on average in Canada about 100 to 150 small businesses that are purchasing QuickBooks Online on their own, calling into our inbound sales team. 70% of those people do not have accountants and bookkeepers. Our sales team is on the phones is trained to recognize if they have an accountant or bookkeeper and recommend them to go to this portal and the benefits of having an accountant or bookkeeper. And on average, I see people listed and certified in front of people could pick up on average about 1 to 3 new clients per year. The average client being worth about $1,000 to $3,000 in your pocket, it's well worth 5 minutes of your time and the time and efforts to learn this program better and become certified. I'm not going to go into the My Marketing tool at this point in time, but basically just to kind of overview it there is we have a system that allows you to email out marketing materials to your clients and events. This is brand new. There's going to be more templates, but I'll talk about this at a later time in another session. Just for a time check, we're about halfway through our presentation. Anybody have any questions for me so far on the information I'm showing you? And I check off, see how I'm doing on my list here. Sign up page, sign up, login screen, how to set up a team member, took care of that. How to set up a client, new ProAdvisor Portal, that's pretty much where we're at right now. How to import a QuickBooks desktop file into QuickBooks Online. I made a YouTube video on this process last year, right here. The process has not changed, but I will do a quick live demo. I'm just going to open up my QuickBooks desktop program. Now, I might not see this. I have 3 monitors going right now, so I'll switch over the screens. Sharing this monitor. How do I choose to share my screen? Monitor 1. Okay, flipping over. I've opened up my QuickBooks desktop program. This is the 2015 version, or actually it says 2014 version. So you're probably quite familiar with it, but the easiest way to explain how to import a file into our QuickBooks Online program is you open up your desktop program, have the file open within there, click on the company the company tab at the top, go for a company file to QuickBooks Online. It's with the internet and bring you to a screen where you will type in your username and password. I really hope I know what the password was for this fake file that I made. I don't even remember what's your name. Teams. Let's just go here. Bookkeeping at mailinator.com was my email. Okay. So we're going to here. And the password, I think I remember in. And basically what happens is you'll see that it'll give you a drop down. You'll be able to pick the file. So you see that I have my own file I can import. So as if you were getting up your online file and you had a desktop file for your own business, you can move it into there. Or you can move it into your client file. Now, a little quick tip. What happens is when you set up a QuickBooks Online file, it gives you 60 days to import a desktop file, and then after that, it locks down the file. The reason for that is there has been situations where accountants and bookkeepers have made the mistake of taking a desktop file and putting it into the wrong file after say 30 days of work been entered in the program. So we usually assume that 60 days is pretty much a period of time. You don't want to mess around with anything after that. If you have a file up for some reason and you have not got into uploading the file within that subscription within the first 6 days, say your client bought it 6 months ago but never did anything for it. Our support team can unlock those accounts and allow you to overwrite them after that 60 days, but you do have to call into our support team. But I created this today, not a big deal. Click on that. What I do is I just basically hit continue, and they will take my desktop file and it will upload it into the QuickBooks Online program. Say, okay, I got it. Now this is not a very large file, so I'm just going to show you on the chart of accounts. Look at the balances. So I got $47,000 in my accounts receivable. Just going to flip my screen back over to my QuickBooks Online on screen 3. So I'm back over here. I'm going to get out. I am going to go into my I'm going to log to my client's account. And we're going to go to my chart of accounts. And here's my chart of accounts from desktop, which won't let me slide over to another screen there. So the amount in accounts receivable is $47,000, and the Scotiabank was negative $8,700. So those amounts match up there. Just flip back over and show you on the other screen. You see that the amounts match up there. And that's actually how quickly it'll import a data file. So that was literally probably seconds. I'm just going to close out of my desktop program. And now larger files obviously take longer. Also, in addition to that, that was not multi-currency. It did not have payroll information in it as well too there. But you can see that usually within my experiences, within 2 to 20 minutes, their data file is converted over, and about 95% of the time, all the information is accurate. There is some exceptions that I have seen, but the exceptions are there. On that part there from people on the phone.
You mentioned multi-currency. Is there another option if your company had multi-currency turned on?
Love it there. It's almost like we scripted that. If you look at my, if you look on the screen right now, and like I said, I'll send this. So I did a video on how to do that. The video is 4 minutes long, but how to import Sage 50 desktop files in 2015 and older, and also multi-currency files from QuickBooks Desktop 2015 and older. This Odyssey company, and I'll just kind of flip over to the website right now. Fit it up. I'm not sure exactly which window this is going to open up in. There we go. So we have a service called Odyssey. Basically, what you would do is you fill out this form, you take a copy of those files, upload it into here. Make sure you have the QuickBooks Online account created first. Provide the user ID, password, company ID for the QuickBooks Online account. Company IDs can be found under the your account. So closes account. This is in a trial session. Here's your company ID right here. So you'd fill that out on the form, any special instructions, and start it. Intuit pays for these conversions. A lot of companies charge $500 to do a conversion from desktop products or other products to QuickBooks Online. This is part of the services that we provide at no charge to our accountants and bookkeepers, and I'll make sure you guys get the links on that. How was your answer, Claude?
Sir, well done.
Now, a common question is in regards to setting up taxes. So you've imported the information. Now, if you import from desktop, the taxes are assumed to be set up within the program, but I'm just going back into the client file. If I click on sales tax button right here, it will basically load up. It should probably, yeah, you can see that it already pulled through the some taxes from the desktop file. I want to look at the rates and settings here. I can click on this little button right here, and if you see that I have GST, it's 5% because it knows I'm in Alberta. But you can also set up other provinces, and I just want to quickly go through this and how you do so. So if you do services in another province, you click on the new tax button. Sales tax for another province, hit next. And let's say that I want to do some sales to British Columbia. I can click on British Columbia. I can make up a fake number because I don't have a real account number. So I'm going to just do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that'll get me by. File and frequency, we're going to say probably quarterly. Report method is accrual, unless I'm a farmer, was cash basis. And hit done, and even some farmers use accrual too. But you'll see that my PST and GST and not HST, because B6, the flip-flop, is now set up, and I have that code in there. But what I actually wanted to show you, though, is the oftentimes question I'm asked is, how do you set up meals and entertainment expenses? There is a process to it, and this lady out of BC, Laura Kenway, has a fantastic website, and she actually posted it on the website. So I'm just going to show you her website and give her props for the hard work that she put in. But on that website, it says Customized QBO Canada Sales Tax, and basically it's a combination, and she'll have all the screenshots here as well too. So you set up your new tax, tax codes. You're actually what you're going to do is you're going to create 2 tax codes, and you're going to combine them into one. Is basically what this process is. And I don't need to go through it here because it's all well documented and it works perfectly with regards to the report and everything in the program. But you can set that up within that. It talks all about it. So I'll leave it at that part. Any questions about taxes? Moving on. Bank fees. Now, normally what I would do in a private session is I actually manage a build-in myself there, and I use QuickBooks Online for management. I have my bank accounts connected to that. But since this documentation, or this is going to be a video that's going to be shared to the public, I prefer not to share that kind of information on video to the world. But in the UK, we have a team member that is a bunch of work in the last 8 months in regards to creating some fantastic content on how to set up bank feeds, how to set up online banking, how to basically match the transactions or add transactions from the feeds for your bank and credit card accounts, and also how to do bank reconciliations. The only note that you need to basically understand about it is they are in the UK, so they use pounds instead of dollars, but the functionality is relatively, 95%, or actually probably about 98% exactly the same, and she's got a cool accent. But you can watch through the videos generally within about 30 minutes and understand that process completely. To kind of go back to the QuickBooks Online program, though, basically where you're going to go into set up your bank transaction feeds is you're going to go into the client account, click on Transactions, click on Banking. You can go on Add an Account. And what you'll do is you'll choose the bank that you deal with. The majority of them are available. Even the strange ones like Service, Credit Union is in there as well too. So you click on there. You type in your bank card number, your password, and then what happens is after it connects to your online account, it'll show the accounts. So you might have multiple bank accounts attached to a certain number. Show all those accounts. You have to match them up against your chart of accounts, and then it flows the information in. Huge benefit to QuickBooks Online over our desktop program is that once you connect it, it streams in that information continuously. You do not have to harass your clients about getting their bank and credit card statements. You connect it once and then that's done. You do not have to download and upload and remember to do that monthly like you do in our desktop program. So it's a huge time saver, and it saves a lot of frustration for bookkeepers specifically and small business owners as well too, and you guys interact. But the videos, and once again, I've included those links right here, and they're available. That brings me to the next point there, and what's really cool about it. Once you get it streaming through the bank feeds into the program, we have a variety of programs or partners that work with QuickBooks Online that we vouched for in Canada. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly take you to apps. All right. And apps.com, if you just type in that, it'll redirect you to apps.intuit Intuit.com. Make sure you select off the Canadian flag right here, the American flag, but you see the countries that we have app partners in. Canada, and here is the store. We have currently about 103 apps that work with QuickBooks Online. We've tested them, we partnered with them, they work perfectly, and there's some fantastic ones in here as well too. More look at it in the market right now. The QuickBooks Online, put it this way there. The QuickBooks Desktop program, which has been around for about 20 years, our Pro version services about 70% of the small business needs in Canada. So you pretty much put any small business in front of me, and I can guarantee if you put 100 in front of me, 70 of them would be probably served with our QuickBooks Desktop Pro program. I also believe now at the point in time, there being November 19th, 2015, that our QuickBooks Online program, at least the Plus version of it, is basically on par with our QuickBooks Desktop Pro in regards to all functionality except for payroll within the program. Sorry, not job cost, and this is the recorder functionality. But bar those two functionalities there, the online program does everything else. And so I also believe the online program is right for about 70% of small businesses. With these apps, though, I can sit down with any small business and any functionality that's missing in our online program, I can cover off of one of these apps. In addition to that, I can basically, for cheap there, show clients how they can combine 1, 2, or 3 of these apps with the QuickBooks Online program and be far superior to anything they could possibly do in the desktop program. One of those such products there is a product called Hubdoc, which is this program right here, and it's probably my favorite application. I always like to show it. I believe QuickBooks Online will give businesses that the program is right for you about 50% of the time that they spend in their desktop program. When it comes to Hubdoc, I have clients that have confirmed that they save anywhere up to 80% of their time. So I'm going to do a quick little show of that. But what I've done, though, and explained the Hubdoc program, I got about 10 minutes left. What I've done, though, is for all accountants and bookkeepers that are watching this recording live or the video, I've included a link where you can sign up for a Hubdoc account. You guys get it for free. All you need to do is send an email to the founder of Hubdoc, tell them that Jeremy from Intuit was the one that gave this link and that you referred him. You switch it up for a free account for yourself. I also believe we have a deal, or did have a deal, you'll have to double check with Jamie, is that when you sign up a client under Hubdoc, they get the first 3 months for free. So I'm going to quickly log into my Hubdoc account there and show you how that works. I have 2 Hubdoc accounts. I have a work and Hubdoc account that I use for work. This is my work one. And then I also have a account that I use for doing the books for the building association that I manage as well too there. What I use it for my work purpose for is actually as a traveling salesperson, if you want to look like that. I have an expense report that I need to be responsible for. So any expenses that I incur while I'm traveling around and we're meeting clients or putting on events and everything like that, I have to take pictures of the expenses that are over $25. So here's just an example there. Me and Code actually went to, no, this is IP1. Yeah, Load had to, after our event in Calgary last week, there I had to take them to the mountains because he'd never been in the mountains. So I had to snap off a photo of our dinner receipt there when we went to a German place in there. Now the cool thing there is you notice is all I did is took a picture, and I'm going to show you guys as well too. You actually won't see me doing this, but I have my phone in my hand, and I have an app on my phone there. The Hubdoc app comes with it. I'm just going to take a live picture of an expense receipt that I have sitting in front of me here. So I went to April's yesterday and bought a battery that I attach my phone to because my phone likes to die when I'm traveling around. So I'll show you that is for $31.50, and that picture. I hit the refresh button. Hubdoc account. Picture right here. So this is the picture of the receipt I just took off my phone. So within seconds, takes a photo. See that I'm sitting right in front of my desk there, and here's the receipt for $31.50. So now that the receipt is in there. The CRA actually accepts electronic documents of receipts. Now the cool thing though is within 2 to 24 hours, like it did for this Fairmont bill, it will actually scan. It uses OCR technology and scans the final amount there. So you can see my handwriting, and I'm left-handed, so I get poor pinch tip. It's $93.70 after the tip. You can see here on the screen it says the Fairmont bill date, November 12th. That was the date that we were at the hotel, and it was $93.70. So it actually didn't read the $77.70. It actually read the final amount. It was smart enough to know that. The cool thing is this will actually push right through to my QuickBooks Online account. So I can sit there and say, hey, this was a receipt that I got from the vendor, the Fairmont, which I don't have in my books right now. Due date, nothing. I can say it was Canadian currency for a total amount of $37 in there, and I can basically configure it so that it will import and push directly to my QuickBooks Online edition. So I would say this was my meals and entertainment. Vendor, I don't have them in there, so I'd have to go new vendor. And it was cheat, the Fairmont. Actually, let me do that. It'll create the account in QBO if they're not already in there. Payment type is a pay by credit card. Payment account code, track class, don't need to worry about publish. And so, for them, because I have to create the account, so it'll actually push, I have to force it to push. It says failed because I disconnected my account from there, but you get the point. It'll actually push the information through. And when I go back to my QuickBooks here and you go under my expenses, if I actually had expenses, it'll push in the expense and it'll actually attach the document as well too. So if you look at suppliers, and it said create an expense. So for example, this is not really real live information, but there's an area in the QuickBooks Online program that if you fill out all this information here, and attach a copy of that document as well and save it within QuickBooks Online. So what Hubdoc basically does in that case there for the meals and entertainment expenses, it prevents from having to go back and enter all that information. It'll actually automatically push that information into QuickBooks. This cool thing, what I like about Hubdoc is that it has a fetch-in functionality. The fetch-in functionality, what it does is, like the QuickBooks Online program, it will allow you to access your online accounts for other companies. So let's say that I had CIBC and bank card information, my password, very much like my online program, but this will actually pull in the bank statements and also pull in the pictures of the checks that are deposited that I've written as well too in the program. You see those on the folders, which I have an account that I want to show you on this video there, but just my word for it, works. The next thing too is, for example, if I have a LinkedIn bill or a TELUS bill that automatically renews. So I sign up for a LinkedIn professional account. What happens is it'll put my invoice directly from LinkedIn. I don't know, oh, here it is right here in LinkedIn. So it'll pull my statements directly from my LinkedIn account into this every month, and it'll automatically push it into QuickBooks Online. So any expenses that I have, basically what I can do is I can set them up in Hubdoc either by taking a photo, I can check them, or the third or fourth way is I can drag and drop files onto here, and then I'll read them and then post them to QuickBooks Online if I wanted to, or I can forward it to this email address and then it'll get into here and forward it on there. So if you do 50 or more transactions a month in expenses, or you have a lot of recurrent expenses, this is a fantastic program for the low cost of $20 per month. And it's the way it connects into it. It's QuickBooks Online. It's a huge time saver. Now, I just did a lot of talking on that. There is any questions about that? We got about 3 minutes left before my hour is up.
Jeremy, Robin?
Yeah.
Quick, when you were going and linking the banking accounts within Hubdoc,
yeah.
You mentioned on Thursday at the Thrive event that there was a way to link credit cards as well. If those credit cards are linked to your banking information, are they downloaded separately or together?
So in regards, now are you talking about in the QuickBooks Online program, or are you talking about Hubdoc specifically?
Both. I know I can use my credit cards separately within QuickBooks, but you said there was a way to download the statements inside of Hubdoc. Is there a way to do that for your credit cards as well?
I would assume yes. I don't know, and the reason is the building association that I manage, I got my bank account set up in there, which I showed you guys in my demo, but I don't have a company credit card for that account, so I haven't actually physically done it. But what I would do is I would just, like you happens is like in the QuickBooks program, I show you all the things that are attached to that number, and then just check it out, try it out. I also recommend, just want to make it clear that I'm not a rep for Hubdoc. I product because I like how it works with their program, but best to talk to their agents there about the specific questions, kind of like that there. And I'll make sure you get all that information, because I don't want to represent them and say something wrong, but I would assume that it probably works there. So James, he's the CEO. He knows me well. I've helped him out with a lot of clients, and he's helped a lot of my clients out there, so he's a good guy to get in touch with there. Just send him a quick email. But I think I made it to the bottom of my agenda. I got about another minute to go. I'm more than happy to take some more questions, but please, if you have any questions, ask. But also, I'd just like to get a kind of general feedback on this kind of presentation. It's the first time myself and Chloe have done a live session webinar like this on. I would like to do more, and I would also like your feedback too, is if we can cover, these are general topics I think for a first time starter, but we can get more advanced and more detailed. If you guys want to email me some things that you would like me to go into depth with, and then what maybe we'll do is set up a reoccurring webinar for every 2 weeks or so. I can do the research and make sure that I can do a good presentation for you guys, and we can keep on recording them and put them on YouTube.
This is Claire.
Hi, Claire.
Joan. We've got one client that is on Simply right now. Did you say it's easy to set that on Quick Online? Does that transfer?
Yeah, so if you see here on my Word document there, that would be the Odyssey service that we would use to import.
Okay.
So the key, though, I found out just a couple days ago, 2015 or older. There is a 2016 version Sage. So if you're thinking it's soon that you might want to look at this, do not upgrade them to 2016. The Odyssey system is not able to convert 2016 file at this moment. In 2015 or older, and they should be able to do it. I think it goes back as far as 2010, and all the documentation is on this web link, which I'll make sure that you guys get as well too. There.
Okay.
That service is free. That's the important part.
And then
to the history, that's an important part too. There, not just not just the separate chart of accounts. It'll actually carry 2 years of data as well too, and you can pay $25 more per year of additional data if you want to go back even further for reporting purposes.
Okay. Next question is the multi-currency. Does QuickBooks Online handle multi-currency or not?
Yep. So QuickBooks Online does have multi-currency functionality built into the program. Our conversion tool just will not take a multi-currency file from desktop and move it over to our QuickBooks Online program, as is complicated. So that, again, you'd use the Odyssey service. They would convert the data over for you, and then you turn on the multi-currency functionality and continue business as usual from there.
So rather than just being QuickBooks Online and saying convert to QuickBooks, desktop, I will not go to QuickBooks
It'll
online.
just, when that window
go to the
pops
bottom.
up there to sign in, it'll just shut you down and say, no, we can't do this file
Because
here.
it'll say you're multi-currency, okay.
It's currency.
And QuickBooks Online, is that multi-user? So if a client is in there and
Has left conference.
That was
This, I cut out there for a second there when Carrie left there. I believe your question was if multiple people in their company, can they work in QuickBooks Online? The answer is yes. So the eStart program, we probably never see a client on as a one-user license, so that only one person can work on that. The reason why you probably will never manage a client there is there's no accounts payable. So generally CAP-based businesses are not paying for accountants or bookkeepers that do their bookkeeping for them. It's pretty simplistic. So you'll never usually come across the kind of file unless it's a holding company. The second is Essentials, which has a 3-user license, and the Plus has a 5-user license. And yes, multiple people can log in at the exact same time and do work at the same time there. And there's situations where multiple people can't log in, such as payroll. If one person's doing a payroll run, another person can't log into the payroll program, interfere with that process.
desktop. Okay.
Yeah, same as desktop. Desktop actually shuts you down on more things than the online program does. There's probably a couple others, like maybe a bank rec, I'm guessing there, but you're off the top of my head there, but I'm guessing bank rec probably would do the same thing. You probably couldn't post a transaction in a period while you're trying to do a bank rec at the same time. It'll probably stop you from doing it for that at the moment.
Okay, that's all my questions. Have you done? Nothing done. Thank you.
Okay. Claude, any thoughts, questions, closing remarks?
No, it's you did a great job, and I'd like to say questions, participation. And as you said, this is the first go at it, so it'll be nice to know if those that are attending just now have any other questions or any other areas of QuickBooks Online that they'd like to get further clarification on, like us to do a presentation in the future.
Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll stop this recording. I'll post it onto my YouTube channel, and I will forward out to the attendees. But if you do have further questions that you'd like to see and do a webinar in this format, do email them to myself or Claude, and we will put together and we'll try to nail one of these out about every 2 weeks there and go into depth into the specific topics that you guys are interested in too. My report says I'm at 57 minutes and 31 seconds there, so I am going to end this recording at this point in time. Just want to thank everybody for participating and look forward to running into you guys down the road.
Thank you.
Thanks. Goodbye.
Thank you.